A long time ago, in the quiet village of Obune, there lived a woman named Amara. She had been pregnant 10 times, but none of her babies had lived. Now she was pregnant again and her belly was very big. On one peaceful afternoon, something strange happened. Amara suddenly went into labor. Her body shook as pain rushed through her. The midwives tried everything they could to help her. Her loud cries filled the air as she pushed and pushed, her whole body covered in sweat. Then finally the baby came out, but there was no sound, no crying, no movement. The midwife looked at the baby, praying she would wake up, but she didn't. With a sad face, she looked at Amara and said, "The baby is dead." Amara cried so loudly that the whole village could hear. 10 babies in 10 years, all gone. She held her baby close, her tears falling on her still face. Her husband, Tommy, was outside, crying in the dirt. Amara came out of the hut holding her lifeless baby and fell to the ground. She looked up at the sky and cried, "Please give me back my child. I've lost 10 already. Please let this one live." Villagers came and watched in silence. Suddenly, dark clouds filled the sky. The air became heavy, and the ground shook a little. Lightning flashed across the sky. Then something unbelievable happened. Babies started falling from the sky, 10 of them, floating down like feathers. Everyone stood still, shocked. The strange babies landed gently around Amara, making a circle. She stared at them with wide eyes. The villagers screamed and ran away, calling it a curse. Some shouted, "This is not a blessing. It's trouble." They hid in their homes, peeking through their windows, while Amara stayed in the middle of the strange babies. Suddenly, the lifeless baby in Amara's arms cried out. She was alive. Amara shouted with joy, "She's alive! She's alive!" Her husband ran to her, hugged her and the baby, and kissed them both. Amara looked at the strange babies around her. "These babies are gifts from the sky," she said. "We will keep them." Tommy agreed. They took the babies inside and laid them on a mat. Surprisingly, all the babies were calm and quiet. Taking care of them was easy. They didn't cry or make trouble. The night passed peacefully. By morning, the whole village had heard what happened. The elders were confused and worried. The village priest, Obune, was angry. He believed the babies were evil. "They came during a dark storm," he said. "They are not normal. They are a bad sign." But Amara didn't agree. "These babies came after I cried to heaven," she told them. "They brought life to my dead child. How can they be evil?" But the people didn't want to listen. They wanted the babies gone. Amara and Tommy stood their ground. "We won't let anyone harm these children," Tommy said. That evening, the villagers gathered in front of Amara's house, ready to take the babies. As they got close, the sky grew dark and everyone suddenly fell asleep. Amara looked out the window and saw them all sleeping on the ground. "Could the babies be protecting us?" she asked Tommy. When the people woke up, they were confused. They ran away afraid. From that day, strange things started happening in the village. The crops stopped growing. The rivers dried up. Fires wouldn't stay lit. The sky stayed black. The priest called a meeting and warned again. "Those babies are evil. Unless we send them away, our village will suffer." The villagers lit firewood and threw it at Amara's house, but it didn't burn. Only the sticks turned to ashes. People called Amara and her family witches and stayed away from them. Amara noticed something strange. The 10 strange babies were growing fast. Now they looked like adults, but her own baby stayed small like a newborn. The children didn't speak, didn't eat, didn't sleep. They just stood silently by the window, always watching. Everyone in the village was scared. No one passed near the house. Then, on the 13th day, something terrible happened. All the children in the village suddenly fell down and didn't wake up. Parents cried and screamed. "The strange children have cursed our kids," they shouted. One woman named Chica, whose 4 children were unconscious, decided to go to Amara's house. She knocked on the door. Suddenly, the door opened by itself. The children walked out slowly. Everyone in the village followed them from a distance. The strange children walked to the village shrine. It was an old, scary place with dry trees and circling vultures. Strange sounds came from there. The people watched as the children surrounded the shrine. The villagers didn't know the truth, that the priest Odogwu was behind all the evil. Years ago, Odogwu's twin brother was supposed to be the village priest, but he died mysteriously. Odogwu had to take his place, but he didn't like it. He wanted to live freely and marry many women. But priests were supposed to live holy lives. So Odogwu started doing bad things. He hurt many women in secret and gave the lives of their unborn babies as sacrifices. That's why Amara lost so many babies. Because of him. When Amara came to him for help, he gave her a drink that made her sleep. Then he hurt her, not knowing she would get pregnant. On the day her baby was born, the spirits tried to take her baby again, but they couldn't. Instead, the sky sent back the spirits of all the babies he had killed. At the shrine, the strange children stood in a circle. The ground shook and Odogwu came out shouting, "Leave this place!" But the children didn't speak. They raised their hands and lightning struck the shrine. Thunder shook the sky. The earth cracked and fire burned the trees. Then for the first time the children spoke. "You used innocent blood for your greed. You stole lives. Now it's time for life to turn against you." The people dropped to their knees, shaking with fear. Odogwu begged for mercy, but the children raised their hands again. The shrine crumbled and sank into the earth. Odogwu vanished into black smoke. Then the sun came out for the first time in many days. The children who had collapsed woke up. Their parents hugged them and cried for joy. Everyone thanked the strange children for saving their kids. The strange children turned toward the sunrise and started walking into the forest. As they walked, their bodies glowed and slowly disappeared. Not dead, just gone. Only Amara's baby girl remained. The villagers felt sorry and regretted calling the babies evil. Peace returned. The land became green again. Amara was honored as the mother of hope. One day, as Amara sat with her baby in her arms, Tommy came to her. He looked at the baby and said with tears in his eyes, "She is ours. I don't care how she came. I love her with all my heart." Amara smiled and cried too. She promised to protect the child forever. Thank you for watching till the end. Share your thoughts about this story in the comment section below. Share this story with your friends and loved ones, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so by now until I bring another story.